everyone. I'm Jadima, and today we'll discuss animal behavior. Now, I know animal behavior seems so simple, but it's the way animals act with each other and act by themselves. Animal behavior ensures the existence of other animals and their future generations. And what better place to learn about animal behavior than at the zoo? Over the weekend, I took it upon myself to go to the Smithsonian National Zoo with my brother and sister. We looked at animal behavior at its basic, a bird building a nest or communicating with other birds through mating calls. Animal behavior has two parts: innate behavior and learning behavior. Innate behavior is the behavior that occurs naturally in animals. You don't have to learn doing it, you're simply born doing it. Another way to understand innate behavior is instinct. Bees, giraffes, sea turtles, and even humans. All animals can experience some form of learning behavior. Bees dance around to signal other bees, telling them it's time to get food. They're made to do that, and not taught to. Newborn giraffes walk immediately after birth. Usually human babies take months with frequent practice and observance before successfully walking, but baby giraffes are born knowing they must walk. A newborn human baby has an innate behavior of grasping an object. When an object touches a baby's palm, they instinctively grab it and have a surprisingly strong grip. The best example, however, are newborn sea turtles. Baby sea turtles are usually hidden underground and abandoned by their mother. When they hatch, they dig through their burial hideout without the guidance of their parents and head toward the safety of the ocean, specifically at night, when predators are less frequent. When born, sea turtles instinctively know to dig out and head to the ocean without learning from their parents or from previous experience.
Oh, that was showing off too. Okay, you saw it.
Learning behavior comes in 6 parts: habituation, observational learning, classical conditioning, operant conditioning, playing, and insight. When I think of habituation, I think of habit. It usually involves getting used to something after being exposed to it for a while. For example, your siblings playing their music on full blast while you're doing your homework. Over time, you might forget it's even playing. Or let's say, you see a scary movie so many times, it's not even scary anymore. Habituation. Observational learning occurs by watching and imitating someone else's behavior. Most humans learn by acting this way. When you were younger, you may have been exposed to your parents talking and mimicked them, eventually learning how to speak on your own. Animals like wolves can learn to be better hunters by watching their elders catch prey. Classical conditioning is creating an association between a natural existing stimulus and a previously neutral one. Think of it in this scenario. A dog always drools when it sees food. The food is that natural stimulus. Let's say a bell rings every time the food is present. If you ring a bell every time food is present, an association has formed between the bell and the food. So now even when the food isn't present, the dog will still drool, knowing that the bell means food. Operant conditioning uses punishments to create an association between behaviors and the consequences with those behaviors. For instance, in this scenario, if you slack in class and get a bad grade, chances are you're going to have to get your phone and video games taken away. So then you'll have to start paying more attention in class and get better grades to get those privileges back. Playing. Animals learn to become better hunters by playing and chasing each other. They become faster and more skilled in catching, like those baby cubs right there. Finally, insight learning is learning from past experience and reasoning. Insight learning are used to help you solve problems by figuring out an alternative way to solve them. For example, chimps make tools and spears out of rocks and branches to hunt better. Humans especially do best with insight learning, whether by trying to get the next level of a video game or making your life easier with a do-it-yourself crafts book. When you think of innate behavior, think of instinct. It occurs naturally in animals and without learning. Learning behavior is a behavior occurring by experience and practice. The 6 parts are habituation, observational, classical conditioning, operant conditioning, playing, and insight learning. When you think of habituation, think of habit. If you're exposed to something for so long, you often forget if it's even there, and it normally has no effect. Observational. Watch and learn. You can learn to do something by simply observing and imitating. Classical conditioning. associating natural stimulus with a previously neutral one, like the dog and a food associated with a bell. Consequences lead to better behavior. Playing gives you skills, whether for survival or working with others. Insight learning helps you find new, creative ways to solve problems.